New York City, December 1945. Winter settles cold over the streets. Michael Corleone walks through Little Italy wearing civilian clothes. Navy peacoat, gray slacks, leather shoes polished but worn. He's 25 years old. War is over. 6 months since he came home. 6 months trying to forget. Marine Corps captain, Pacific Theater, fought Japanese on islands whose names Americans cannot pronounce. Iwo Jima, Guadalcanal, Peleliu. Earned Navy Cross for valor, second highest decoration the military gives. Featured in Life magazine, war hero, American hero. Clean record, no arrests, no connection to organized crime. His father's world stayed separate, intentionally, deliberately. He walks with Kay Adams now, college sweetheart, Dartmouth, New Hampshire girl, blonde hair, teacher's family, Protestant background, everything his father's world is not. She holds his arm, laughs at something he says. They talk about apartments, marriage, jobs in the city, normal life, civilian life, college boy life. Michael told her once at his sister's wedding, explained his family's business, gambling, protection, political favors. Not him, he said. That's my family, Kay. Not me. She believed him. Everyone believes him. Nice kid, educated, war hero who came home wanting nothing to do with the rackets. Respectable, clean, safe. What they do not know, what Kay does not see, what nobody asks. War changes men. Killing changes men. Michael Corleone killed 17 men in combat. Close range, knife work, pistol work, silent work behind enemy lines, reconnaissance marine. The kind who goes in first, comes back alone, knows how to make decisions when death stands 3 feet away. But nobody sees this. They see the suit, the college degree, the nice girlfriend, the distance from his father's business. They see what Michael shows them, nothing more. December 20th, Thursday afternoon, Michael receives the call. His father has been shot. 5 bullets. Fruit stand on 9th Avenue. Vito Corleone, the Godfather, most powerful Don in New York. Gunned down buying oranges for Christmas. Survived, barely. Critical condition, hospital. Virgil Sollozzo ordered the hit. The Turk, narcotics dealer, wanted Vito's political protection for drug business. Vito refused. Old world values. Gambling, yes. Drugs, no. Sollozzo could not accept refusal. Tried to eliminate the problem. Failed. Vito lives. War begins. Michael goes to the hospital that night. Late. Visiting hours over. Something feels wrong. Walks through front entrance. Sees his father's room. 4th floor. Private wing. Walks upstairs. Notices immediately. No guards. No police outside the door. No protection. Nothing. His father lies in the bed. Tubes in his arms. Breathing machine. Bandages across his chest. 64 years old. Gray hair, peaceful face, unconscious, vulnerable, alone. Michael's heart pounds. Moves his father's bed away from the window. Positioning, cover, marine training activates. Stands by the door, waits, watches. Footsteps in the hallway. Michael tenses. Enzo the baker appears, coming to pay respects, terrified, shaking. Michael puts him by the door, tells him stand still, look confident, fake it. 2 men pretending to be guards, just silhouettes. Sometimes appearance is enough. Car pulls up outside, black sedan, stops. Men inside study the building. Long moment, decides against it, drives away. Michael saved his father with nothing but presence. Illusion of protection. Minutes later, police car arrives. Captain Mark McCluskey, NYPD, 50 years old, big man, thick neck, red face, angry eyes, corrupt cop, on Sollozzo's payroll. Everyone knows, nobody proves. McCluskey storms through the door, sees Michael, sees Enzo. Face reddens. What the hell are you doing here? Michael stands straight, looks him in the eye. War hero to dirty cop. I'm here to see my father. McCluskey steps closer. Get out, now. Michael does not move. What happened to the guards? Who ordered them removed? Wrong question. McCluskey's eyes flash. You little punk, you think you can... Michael interrupts, calm voice, steady. What's the Turk paying you to set up my father, Captain? Silence. 3 seconds. McCluskey's jaw clenches. Then he moves, fast for a big man. Grabs Michael, slams him against the wall. Michael tries to block. Too slow. McCluskey's fist crashes into his face. Bone cracks. Cheekbone shatters. Jaw breaks. Pain explodes white behind Michael's eyes. Second punch, third, fourth. Michael tastes blood. Copper, salt, slides down the wall. McCluskey stands over him, breathing hard. Looks down at the college boy bleeding on the floor. Nice college boy, McCluskey says, sneers. You don't want to get mixed up in the rackets. Go back to your girlfriend. This is not your world. Turns, walks away, boots echoing down the hallway. Enzo helps Michael up. Face swelling already, blood running from his nose, jaw hanging wrong, but Michael's eyes stay clear, cold, calculating. Something shifts inside him, something permanent. The civilian dies in that hallway. The Marine remains. College boy, nice college boy, clean college boy. Until tomorrow, Long Beach compound, next morning. Michael sits in the kitchen, ice pack against his face, jaw wired shut, cheekbone fractured, purple bruises spread from eye to chin. Swelling makes him unrecognizable. The college boy's face is gone. Something else stares back from the mirror. Doctor came at dawn, family physician, 40 years treating Corleones, asked no questions, set the bones, wired the jaw, prescribed painkillers, left quietly. Michael refused the pills, needs to think clearly. Pain keeps him focused. Sonny enters first, oldest brother, 31 years old, hot temper, quick fists. Sees Michael's face and explodes. That dirty cop, that filthy. I'm gonna tear his throat out. I'm gonna... Tom Hagen follows, consigliere, lawyer, adopted brother, calm where Sonny burns. We need to think this through. McCluskey is a police captain. You cannot just... Cannot. Sonny slams his fist on the table. He broke Michael's face, in a hospital, while Pop was dying upstairs. Other men arrive. Clemenza, fat man, loyal soldier, been with Vido 30 years. Tessio, thin, careful, runs Brooklyn operations. Capos, trusted men. Family council assembles. They talk for hours. Strategies, options, possibilities. Sollozzo wants a meeting, wants to negotiate. Sent word through to Talia family, guarantees safety, neutral ground, talk terms, end the war before it destroys everyone. It's a trap, Sonny says, paces like caged animal. He wants to finish what he started, kill Pop in the hospital, wipe out the family. Tom removes his glasses, cleans them slowly. Lawyer's habit, thinking habit. Maybe not. Sollozzo knows he failed. Vato survived. Now he faces a war he cannot win. Every family will choose sides. He needs peace more than we do. Peace? Sonny's voice rises. After what he did? Michael sits silent through all of it, listening, watching, jaw throbbing, ice pack warming in his hand. Nobody asks his opinion. He's not part of this world. College boy, civilian, war hero who wanted nothing to do with the family business. But his mind works, calculates, strategic thinking, tactics, problem solving. Same thinking that kept him alive in Pacific. Same thinking that earned him Navy Cross. Different war, same principles. Finally he speaks. Words come out wrong through wired jaw. Slurred, painful, but clear enough. I will kill them. Silence. Complete. Everyone turns, stares at Michael. Sonny recovers first, laughs, not cruel, disbelief. You, Mikey, you... I will kill Sollozzo and McCluskey. Tom leans forward, concerned, gentle. Michael, you are not thinking clearly. Your face, the pain, you are... I am thinking perfectly clearly. Michael stands, ignores the pain shooting through his skull. Looks at each man, holds their eyes. They want a meeting. Neutral ground. Sollozzo. McCluskey bodyguarding him. Send me. Sonny shakes his head, still smiling, still thinking it is shock talking. Listen to yourself, Nice college boy. Dartmouth education. You never fired a gun except in the war. You think you can just... I killed 17 men in combat. Michael's voice stays level, cold. Close range. Many without guns, with knives, with my hands. I know how to kill people, Sonny. I am very good at it. The room shifts. Nobody smiles now. They see something in Michael's eyes, something new, or maybe something that was always there, hidden under suits and college degrees and nice girlfriend smiles. Tessio speaks, careful voice, testing. Killing Japs on an island is different from killing a police captain in New York. No. Michael's jaw throbs, but his voice stays steady. Killing is killing. Location does not matter. Target does not matter. Only execution matters. Clemenza shifts his weight. Chair creaks. Even if you could do it, even if you wanted to, they would never accept you at the meeting. Sollozzo knows you. College boy, no record, no connection. He will not see you as a threat. Michael nods. Exactly. That is why it has to be me. He thinks I'm harmless. McCluskey thinks I'm weak. They broke my face and expect me to run home crying. They will let me sit at the table. They will relax. They will talk business. And then I will kill them both. Tom removes his glasses again, rubs his eyes, tired. Michael, if you do this, there is no going back. You kill a police captain, you cross a line. The newspapers, the politicians, the other families, everything changes. Everything already changed. Michael touches his swollen face, winces. McCluskey changed it when he broke my jaw in that hallway. Sollozzo changed it when he shot our father. There is no going back for any of us, only forward. Sonny stops pacing, studies his youngest brother, sees him maybe for the first time. Not the kid who wanted out, not the civilian, something else. You really want this? I really want this. Why? Tom's question, lawyer's question, looking for motivation, psychology. Revenge, anger, protecting the family. Michael considers, touches his jaw, feels broken bone under swollen flesh. McCluskey called me a nice college boy, said I do not want to get mixed up in the rackets, told me to go back to my girlfriend, back to my safe little world. Pauses, looks at Tom. He was wrong. There is no safe world. Not anymore. Not for any of us. Sollozzo made sure of that when he came into Pop's office asking for drug money. This war started the moment he made that proposal. Everyone has been lying to themselves thinking there was another way. Clemenza grunts, respect in the sound. You talk like your father. My father would negotiate, find peaceful solution, broker deal. Michael's voice hardens. My father is lying in a hospital with 5 bullet holes. Peace did not save him. Strategy will. Sonny sits down finally. Elbows on table. Studies Michael. Say we agree. Say we set this up. You really think you can walk into a restaurant, sit across from 2 men, pull a gun, and shoot them both before they react? Yes. How? Because they will not expect it. McCluskey sees a college kid with a broken face. Sollozzo sees a civilian. Neither sees a Marine. Neither sees someone who crawled through jungle darkness killing sentries without making a sound. They see what I show them, nothing more. Tom stands, walks to the window, looks out at the compound. Guards patrolling. Winter trees bare. If we do this, the planning must be perfect. The gun planted, the location scouted, the exit strategy clear, no mistakes. No mistakes, Michael agrees. Tessio speaks again, voice thoughtful, strategic mind working. They will want a public place, witnesses, safety, probably a restaurant, Bronx maybe, their territory. They feel comfortable. Good, Michael says. Comfortable men die easy. Clemenza shifts forward, big man moving with purpose. I can plant the gun, small restaurant, bathroom, tape it behind the toilet. You go in to wash your hands, come out armed. Sonny looks at Tom. Tom looks at Sonny. Brothers, Consigliere and Corleone, making decision that changes everything. Finally Sonny nods, slow, reluctant. Okay, we set up the meeting, but Michael? He points at his youngest brother. Serious now, no jokes, no mockery. You do this, you're in, forever. No going back to K, no going back to college life, no going back to being the good son who stayed clean. You understand? Michael meets his eyes. No hesitation, no doubt. I understand. I'm already in. This is not me joining the family business. This is me finishing what McCluskey started when he put his fist in my face. He wanted to teach the college boy a lesson. He will get one. Decision made. Planning begins. Phone calls, arrangements, messages through intermediaries. Sollozzo agrees to meeting. Neutral ground. WWII restaurant. Small place in Bronx. Italian food. Red sauce. Cheap wine. Perfect. McCluskey agrees to bodyguard duty. $1,000. Corrupt cop doing corrupt work. Thinks it is easy money. Thinks college boy poses no threat. Date set. 2 days from now. Saturday night, December 22nd. Winter solstice approaching. Darkest day of the year. What Sollozzo cannot see. What McCluskey does not know. What nobody understands except maybe Tom and Sonny and the men who fought beside him in Pacific. Michael Corleone stopped being a nice college boy somewhere in the islands, maybe Guadalcanal, maybe Iwo Jima. Maybe the first time he drove a knife into an enemy's throat and felt life drain away under his hands. The suit and the girlfriend and the Dartmouth degree, all of it costume, all of it mask. Underneath, always underneath, the thing war creates, the thing that knows how to kill without hesitation, without remorse, without second thoughts. Saturday night, WWII restaurant. 2 men will sit across from a college boy. 2 men will never stand up again. Friday morning, 24 hours before the meeting. Long Beach compound basement, concrete floor, single light bulb hanging from ceiling, cold air, smell of gun oil and old wood. Clemenza stands in the center. 300 pounds, 62 years old, been killing men since Prohibition. Knows every method, every angle, every mistake that gets you caught or buried. Loyal to Vito for 35 years, now teaching the youngest son what he taught the oldest. Michael enters, jaw still wired, face still swollen, bruises fading from purple to yellow-green. Moves stiffly, pain with every step, but his eyes stay clear, focused, ready. Sit, Clemenza says, points to wooden chair. Michael sits. Clemenza produces a revolver. Smith & Wesson. .38 caliber. Short barrel. Snub nose. Holds it up. This is the gun. Untraceable. Serial numbers filed off. Bought from dealer in Philadelphia. No connection to us. No connection to you. Turns it over in his thick hands. Light. Maybe 1 pound. Easy to conceal. Easy to draw. 6 shots. You only need 2. Places the gun on table between them. Metal gleams, dull in basement light. Tomorrow night, WWII restaurant, small place, Italian, 8 tables, kitchen in back, bathroom on the left side, single toilet, old building. Toilet has cistern mounted on the wall, the old-fashioned kind. Tank up high, chained to flush. Clemenza walks to the corner, returns with identical toilet cistern, props it against the wall, demonstrates. Tonight, my men go to the restaurant. Owner owes us a favor, big favor, gambling debt. We walk in, he walks out. 10 minutes. We tape the gun behind the cistern, wrapped in plastic bag, waterproof. You reach behind. Your hand finds it. You unwrap it. You come out armed. Michael nods, says nothing. Listening, learning. Marine training taught him this. Shut up, absorb, execute. Clemenza continues. Sollozzo and McCluskey arrive first. They pick the table. Probably in back, away from windows, backs to the wall. They feel safe, protected. You arrive second. Taxi drops you off. You enter alone, no weapons. They search you. McCluskey pits you down, finds nothing. You sit. Picks up the gun, demonstrates the motion. They talk. Business, terms, negotiations. You listen, you wait. Maybe 5 minutes, maybe 10. You need to use the bathroom. Natural. Nervous, broken jaw, pain. They expect it. They let you go. Stands. Walks to the cistern. Reaches behind. mimes retrieving weapon. You find the gun. Takes 3 seconds, maybe 4. You unwrap it. Another 2 seconds. You check it is loaded. 1 second, total. 7 seconds maximum. You put it in your waistband, behind your back. Your jacket covers it. You return to the table. Michael watches every movement, memorizes every detail. This is not theory. This is procedure. Fail any step, die. Clemenza sits again, holds the gun properly now. 2 hands, arms extended. You sit down. You wait for the moment. Sollozzo is talking. McCluskey is eating, always eating. Corrupt cops eat free. You reach behind your back, slow, casual, like adjusting your position. You grip the gun. You bring it up fast. You aim center mass. You fire. Mimes the motion. Click, click. 2 shots. 1, 2. Both in the body, chest, stomach, neck if you are lucky. Then you switch targets. Second man, same thing. 1, 2. You drop the gun on the table. You walk to the door. Not running, never run. Running makes you memorable. You walk, outside. Black Cadillac waiting at the corner. Engine running, Clemenza driving. You get in, we disappear. Sets the gun down, looks at Michael, eyes serious. The shooting is easy. Marines taught you that. War taught you that. The hard part is not the shooting. The hard part is the sitting, the waiting, the looking them in the eyes and pretending you are still the college boy they expect. Michael speaks. Words come out thick through wired jaw, but clear enough. I can do it. Can you? Clemenza leans forward. This is not combat, not enemy soldiers. You sit 3 feet away. You see their faces. You hear them breathe. You smell their cologne. Then you kill them. That stays with you different than war kills. War is distance. This is personal. It is already personal. Michael touches his jaw. McCluskey made it personal. Clemenza nods slowly. Good. Personal is fuel. Personal keeps your hand steady. Pushes the gun across the table. Practice the motion. Stand, draw, aim, fire, again, again. Until your body remembers, without thinking. Michael stands, takes the gun, feels the weight. Cold steel, heavy enough to kill, light enough to hide, tucks it behind his back, draws, extends his arms, points at the wall, clicks the trigger. Slower, Clemenza says. Do not rush the draw. Smooth is fast, fast is sloppy. Sloppy gets you killed. Michael repeats, slower, deliberate, draw, extend, aim, click. Better, again, again, and again, and again. 50 times, 100 times. The motion becomes automatic, muscle memory, no thought required. Body knows what to do. Hours pass. Michael's arms ache, jaw throbs, sweat runs down his back despite the cold basement. But he does not stop, does not rest, does not complain. Clemenza finally raises his hand. Enough, you have it. Tomorrow night, same motion. But with bullets, real death. Michael lowers the gun, breathing hard. What about afterward? After the shooting? You disappear. We take you straight to airport, private plane, Sicily. You stay there, 6 months, maybe a year, maybe longer. Depends on the heat, the newspapers, the investigation. When it is safe, when the war is over, you come home. Kay, my girlfriend, forget her. Clemenza's voice is not cruel, just honest. You do this, that life is over. College boy life, girlfriend life, normal life, all over. You become something else, something she cannot be part of. You understand? Michael understands, has understood since McCluskey's fist broke his face, since his father fell bleeding on the street, since Sollozzo's bullets tore through wool coat and human flesh. The choice was made for him. Now he just executes. That evening, different location, Bronx, Louis restaurant, small storefront, red awning, windows covered with curtains, closed sign on the door. Inside, owner sits at the bar, nervous, sweating. Clemenza's men work in the bathroom. One holds a flashlight, one tapes the gun behind the cistern. Plastic bag, duct tape, hidden completely. invisible unless you know where to look. They test it, reach behind, find it, unwrap it. 3 seconds, good, fast enough, clean enough. They leave. Owner locks the door behind them, wipes his forehead. Tomorrow his restaurant becomes crime scene. He will tell police nothing, saw nothing, heard nothing, knows nothing. Gambling debts by silence. Across the city, Manhattan Police Precinct. Captain McCluskey sits at his desk, bottle of whiskey in the drawer, glass half full in his hand. Phone rings. He answers. Tomorrow night, 10 o'clock, Louis Restaurant. The Corleone kid agreed to the meeting. McCluskey smiles, drinks. The college boy? He's coming himself? Yes, alone, no weapons. His family wants peace. Peace. McCluskey laughs. After I broke his face, after I taught him to respect authority, now he wants peace. Smart kid, smarter than his hothead brother. Hangs up, pours another drink. $1,000 for babysitting duty. Easiest money he ever made. Sit in a restaurant, eat free food, make sure nobody tries anything stupid, drive home rich. What McCluskey cannot see, what Sollozzo does not know, what nobody except Corleone men understand. Marines taught Michael Corleone many things: patience, tactics, situational awareness, but most important, most valuable, they taught him how to hide what he is, how to look harmless while being lethal, how to smile while planning murder, how to sit across from an enemy and wait for the perfect moment to strike. McCluskey sees a college boy with a broken jaw. Sollozzo sees a civilian who wants to negotiate. Neither sees the Marine who practiced the draw 200 times in a cold basement. Neither sees the killer sitting 3 feet away. Tomorrow night, Saturday, December 22nd, Louis Restaurant, Bronx, 10 o'clock. 2 men will learn what war creates. 2 men will understand too late that college boys can kill just as dead as soldiers. 2 men will sit down for dinner. Only one will stand up after. Saturday night, December 22nd, 9:45. Michael Corleone stands on the corner of White Plains Road, Bronx. Cold wind cuts through his coat. His jaw still aches, wired shut, face still swollen, yellow bruises fading to green. He wears dark suit, black overcoat, no tie, looks like civilian, looks harmless, exactly the point. Yellow taxi pulls up. Michael gets in. Driver asks where to. Michael gives the address. Louis Restaurant. Small place. Italian food. The driver nods. Pulls into traffic. Michael sits in back. Hands in his coat pockets. Heart beating steady. Not fast. Not slow. Controlled. Marine breathing. In through nose. Out through mouth. Calm the system. Prepare the mind. The taxi passes streetlights, neon signs, Christmas decorations still hanging in windows, families walking home from late dinners, normal Saturday night, normal city. Nobody knows what is about to happen. Nobody suspects. Just another passenger going to dinner. Michael thinks about Kay, blonde hair, teacher's smile, the life they could have had, apartment in the city, kids someday, normal jobs, normal problems. That life ended in a hospital hallway, ended when McCluskey's fist broke his face, ended when his father fell bleeding in the street. Some doors close forever, no going back. The taxi stops. Louis Restaurant, red awning, small windows, light glowing inside, cheap place, working class neighborhood, perfect for what Sollozzo wants, public enough to feel safe, private enough to talk business. He thinks he controls this meeting. He is wrong. Michael pays the driver $3, 50-cent tip, gets out, stands on the sidewalk, takes a breath. Cold air burns his lungs. He walks to the door, pushes it open. Bell rings. Small sound. Innocent sound. Last innocent sound of the evening. Inside, warm air, smell of tomato sauce, garlic bread, red wine, checkered tablecloths. 4 tables occupied, families eating, old couple in the corner, 2 men near the window. Nobody pays attention to Michael. Just another customer. Back table, against the far wall. 2 men sitting, waiting. Virgil Sollozzo, the Turk, 42 years old, Sharp features, brown suit, loose tie, cigarette between his fingers, eyes that measure everything, calculate everything. He sees Michael, nods, almost friendly, almost respectful. Captain Mark McCluskey, NYPD, 50 years old, 300 pounds, red face. Police captain's arrogance written in every gesture. He does not stand, does not smile, just watches Michael approach with cold cop eyes, hand resting near his belt, near his service weapon. Ready. Always ready, except not ready enough. Michael walks to the table, slow steps, natural, no hesitation, no fear showing. Sollozzo stands, extends his hand. Michael shakes it. Firm grip, eye contact, playing the part. Michael, thank you for coming. Please, sit. Sollozzo's voice smooth, practiced, voice of a man who negotiates for a living. Michael sits. McCluskey leans forward. Stand up, kid. Need to search you. Michael stands without protest. No argument. Expected this. McCluskey pets him down. Rough hands, professional search, chest, sides, back, waistband, ankles, nothing. Michael is clean. McCluskey grunts, satisfied, sits back down, returns to his plate. Veal parmesan, already half eaten. Corrupt cops eat free in mob restaurants. Tradition. He's clean, McCluskey says around a mouthful of food. Kid's got nothing. Michael sits again. Waiter appears. Old man, nervous, takes their order. Sollozzo orders for everyone, wine, pasta, bread. Waiter disappears into kitchen, grateful to leave the table. Sollozzo lights another cigarette, offers one to Michael. Michael shakes his head. Cannot smoke with wired jaw anyway. Sollozzo shrugs, puts the pack away. Michael, I want you to know. What happened to your father? I have great respect for Don Corleone, but this is business. Only business, not personal, you understand? Michael nods, says nothing. Let Sollozzo talk. Let him feel comfortable. Let him think this is negotiation. Sollozzo continues. Switches to Sicilian Italian. Fast words, smooth rhythm. Talking about the deal, the money, the protection needed, the profits to be shared. His hands move while he talks. Gestures, emphasis, performance. McCluskey keeps eating. Does not understand Italian. Does not care. He's here for $1,000 and a free meal. Nothing more. Just a corrupt cop doing corrupt work. He chews, swallows, reaches for wine glass, drinks. Comfortable, relaxed, safe. Michael listens, watches. His heart rate stays steady. Hands folded on the table. Calm expression. But his mind calculates. Distance to McCluskey, 2 feet. Distance to Sollozzo, 3 feet. Angle to the door, 12 feet. Straight line, clear path. Clemenza's car waiting outside. 3 minutes maximum from shooting to escape. Minutes pass. 5, 7, 10. Sollozzo keeps talking. Michael's jaw throbs. Pain building. Real pain, not fake. He shifts in his seat. Uncomfortable. Grimaces. I need to use the bathroom, Michael says. Words thick, slurred through wired jaw. Natural, expected. Sollozzo nods. Gestures toward the back. Of course, take your time. McCluskey does not even look up. Still eating. College boy with broken jaw needs the bathroom. Nothing suspicious, nothing dangerous. Michael stands, walks to the back of the restaurant, past occupied tables, past families eating pasta, past old couple sharing wine. Nobody notices him, nobody cares. He pushes open the bathroom door, steps inside, closes the door behind him. Small bathroom, single toilet, cracked white tiles, old sink, naked bulb hanging from ceiling, smell of bleach and mildew. The toilet cistern mounted high on the wall, old-fashioned, Victorian plumbing, chained to flush. Michael reaches behind the cistern, his hand searches, fingers find plastic, cold plastic bag. He pulls it out, unwraps it, fast, efficient, 3 seconds. The gun appears, Smith & Wesson, .38 caliber, snub nose, heavy, real, loaded. He checks it, spins the cylinder. 6 bullets. All there, all ready. Clicks it shut. Sound like death. Sound like finality. Sound like the end of Michael Corleone, the college boy, and the beginning of something else. Something cold. Something lethal. Tucks the gun in his waistband. Behind his back. His jacket covers it. Completely hidden. He looks in the mirror. Studies his face. Swollen. Bruised. But eyes clear. Focused. Calm. The face of a man who knows what he is about to do. The face of a killer. He washes his hands. Cold water. Soap. Rinses. Dries them on the towel. Slow movements. Natural. Buying time. Settling his breathing. Marines taught this. Before combat. Before contact. Calm the body. Clear the mind. Execute the mission. Opens the door. Walks back to the table. Measured steps. Not too fast. Not too slow. Perfect pace. Natural pace. Men returning from the bathroom. Nothing suspicious. Outside. In the distance. Train whistle. Long. Low. Mournful sound. Bronx trains run all night. Nobody notices. Background noise. City sound. But Michael hears it. Registers it. The sound of New York. The sound of home. Last peaceful sound before the violence. He reaches the table. Sits down. Sollozzo still talking. Still negotiating. Still thinking this is business meeting. McCluskey cutting another piece of veal. Knife and fork. Loud chewing. Oblivious. Michael's right hand moves behind his back. Casual. Like adjusting position. Like settling into the chair. Fingers touch cold steel. Grip the handle. Firm, secure, ready. Another train. Closer now. Sound building. Steel wheels on steel tracks. Approaching. Getting louder. Louder. Building to crescendo. Sollozzo says something in Italian. About guarantees. About safety. About Don Corleone's recovery. His hands gesture. Cigarette trailing smoke. He leans forward. Emphasizing point. Making offer. Michael draws the gun. Fast. Smooth. The motion Clemenza taught him. 200 practice draws in cold basement. Muscle memory. No thought required. Body knows what to do. Train passes outside. Thunder. Roar. Metal screaming. Covers everything. Michael points the gun at McCluskey's throat. Distance 2 feet. Point blank. Cannot miss. Does not need to aim. Just point. Just fire. Pulls trigger. Explosion. Gunshot. McCluskey's eyes go wide. Blood sprays. Throat torn open. He reaches for his neck. Gurgling. Choking on his own blood. Red spreading across white shirt. He tries to stand. Cannot. Falls back into chair. Second shot. Forehead. Clean. Execution. McCluskey's head snaps back. Hits the wall. Body slumps. Dead. College boy just killed a police captain. Nice college boy. Clean college boy. War hero college boy. Michael turns. Smooth rotation. Sollozzo moving. Fast. Reaching inside his jacket. Going for a weapon. Too slow. Always too slow. Michael already tracking him. Gun already aimed. Third shot. Fourth. Fifth. Center mass. Chest. Stomach. Neck. Blood erupts. Sollozzo falls backward. Chair tips. Crashes to floor. The Turk. The narcotics dealer. The man who shot Vito Corleone. Dead on checkered linoleum. Blood spreading. Wine glass shattered. Red wine mixing with red blood. Michael stands. Drops the gun on the table. Metal clatters against wood. Loud in the sudden silence. Train past. Gunshots over. Just aftermath now. Just smoke and blood and the smell of cordite. Families screaming. Woman shrieks. Man throws himself under table. Old couple frozen. Mouths open. Eyes wide. Terror. Chaos. Normal. Saturday dinner turned into massacre. Michael walks. Not running. Never run. Clemenza's instruction. Walks to the door. Steady pace. 12 feet. 11. 10. Nobody tries to stop him. Nobody moves. Shock holds them paralyzed. He pushes open the door. Bell rings. Same innocent sound. Cold air hits his face. Blossed. Clean. Free. Black Cadillac at the corner. Engine running. Clemenza at the wheel. Exactly where he said he would be. Michael walks to it. Opens the back door. Gets in. Go. Clemenza accelerates. Smooth. No squealing tires, no dramatic escape, just driving, just another car in New York traffic. They turn the corner, disappear into the night, into the city, into history. Behind them, Louis Restaurant, 2 bodies, 2 dead men, Captain Mark McCluskey, Virgil Sollozzo. Both underestimated the college boy. Both paid the price. Both learned too late. Nice college boy just started a war. Nice college boy just became something else. Nice college boy stopped existing the moment he pulled the trigger. Sunday morning, December 23rd. Dawn breaks cold over New York City. Newspapers hit the streets, front page headlines, bold black letters, screaming. Police captain assassinated in Bronx restaurant. Captain Mark McCluskey murdered alongside alleged drug trafficker. Gangland execution, cop and mobster gunned down. Photographs below the headlines. Crime scene, Louis Restaurant, police tape, covered bodies, blood on checkered tablecloth, witnesses interviewed, everyone saying the same thing. Young man, dark suit, swollen face, walked in alone, walked out alone, 3 shots, maybe 4, hard to remember through the fear. Police commissioner reads the paper in his office. 6th floor, 1 police plaza, coffee going cold on his desk, face red with rage, one of his captains dead, murdered in public restaurant, shot in the throat, shot in the head, execution style. No witnesses willing to talk. Nobody saw anything, nobody heard anything. Typical mob silence. He calls emergency meeting. Every precinct captain, every detective, every officer with organized crime experience. Orders go out. Find the shooter. Find him today. Find him now. Maximum pressure, maximum resources. This is cop killing. Nothing matters more than cop killing. But there is a problem. Captain Mark McCluskey was dirty. Everyone knew. Internal Affairs had file on him. 3 inches thick. 15 years of suspected corruption. Payoffs from Tattaglia family. Protection money. Evidence tampering. But never enough proof. Never enough to prosecute. Dirty cop who stayed protected by the blue wall. Until now. Until someone put 2 bullets in him and exposed everything. Detectives arrive at Louis Restaurant. Dawn light through windows. Owner sits at bar, hands shaking, chain smoking. They question him for hours. He knows nothing, saw nothing, heard nothing, just chaos, gunshots, screaming, blood. Does not remember the shooter's face. Cannot identify anyone. Useless, terrified, smart. They question witnesses. 4 families eating dinner when the shooting happened. Old couple in the corner. 2 men by the window. Everyone tells the same story. Young man, maybe 25. Dark hair, bruised face, sat with the victims, went to bathroom, came back, started shooting, walked out, disappeared. Description goes out. Every precinct, every patrol car, every beat cop. Young Italian male, 20 to 30 years old, 5'10", dark hair, facial bruising, armed and dangerous. Approach with extreme caution, wanted for murder of police officer. But Michael Corleone is already gone. Saturday night, 30 minutes after the shooting, black Cadillac drives through Queens, Clemenza at the wheel, Michael in back seat, silent, gun oil smell still in his nostrils, cordite, blood, the weight of what he did settling into his bones. They drive to small airfield, private runway, outside the city, Tessio waiting with single-engine plane, pilot already in cockpit, engine running, propeller spinning, ready for immediate departure. Michael gets out of the car. Clemenza grabs his arm. Brief moment. Eye contact. "You did good, kid. Your father would be proud." Michael says nothing. Climbs into the plane. Small cabin, 2 passenger seats. No comfort, no luxury. Just escape. Just survival. The plane taxis, accelerates, lifts off. New York City falls away below. Lights, streets, home, everything he is leaving behind. Destination, Montreal. Then shipped to Marseille. Then Sicily. Months of travel, months of hiding, maybe years. However long it takes for the heat to die, for the investigation to go cold, For New York to forget the college boy who killed the police captain. Long Beach compound, Sunday morning. Vito Corleone lies in the main bedroom, still recovering, still weak. 5 bullet wounds, healing slowly, but conscious now. Alert, Tom Hagen sits beside the bed, newspaper in his hands, reads the headline aloud. Captain McCluskey dead, Virgil Sollozzo dead, both shot multiple times in Bronx restaurant. Shooter described as a young male with facial injuries. Vito closes his eyes, absorbs the information, opens them again. Michael? Tom nods. Gone, left last night, Canada by now, Sicily by next week. He did this. Not a question, statement, understanding. Yes, Don Corleone, he volunteered, insisted. Sonny tried to talk him out of it. We all did, but Michael was determined. Said it had to be him, said they would not suspect him. Vito was silent for a long moment, processing. His youngest son, the one who wanted no part of this life, the college boy, the war hero, the clean one, now a killer, now a fugitive, now lost to the civilian world forever. He was right, Vito says finally, voice hoarse, damaged from bullet wounds. They would not suspect him, could not see him, saw only what he showed them. He learned from you, Tom says quietly. No. Vito shakes his head, small movement, painful. He learned from war. War taught him things I never could. How to hide what you are, how to wait for the moment, how to kill without hesitation. I taught him patience. War taught him violence. Sonny enters, loud, energetic, cannot sit still. Paces the room. Pop, you see the papers? Mikey did it. Actually did it. College boy walked into restaurant and shot a police captain in the throat. I didn't think he had it in him. I was wrong. We were all wrong, Vito says. We saw the suit, the girlfriend, the distance he kept from our business. We did not see what was underneath. The Marine, the killer, the son who would do anything to protect his family. The other families are going crazy, Sonny reports. Bazzini called, Tattaglia called, everyone asking questions. Who authorized the hit? Who planned it? How did we get to McCluskey? They cannot believe it. Cop killing changes everything, brings too much heat, too much attention. Tom stands, walks to the window, looks out at the compound. Guards everywhere, armed, waiting for retaliation. We need to make peace, quickly, before this turns into full war. McCluskey's death will bring federal investigation, Senate hearings. Every politician with cameras will demand action. We need to negotiate before the pressure becomes too much. Vito nods agreement. Contact the 5 families, request meeting, neutral ground. I will attend personally. You cannot. Tom turns, concerned. You are still recovering, too weak, too vulnerable. I must. Vito's voice firm despite the weakness. This is my son who killed the police captain, my responsibility, my burden. I will negotiate the peace. End this war before it destroys everyone. Across the city, police headquarters, detectives work the case, checking every lead, every witness, every possible connection. But the trail is cold. No murder weapon found, no fingerprints, no physical evidence, just 2 bodies and a restaurant full of people who saw nothing. One detective studies the crime scene photographs. Something bothers him. The angle of the shots, professional, precise, not random violence, not panic shooting. This was execution. Someone who knew what they were doing. Someone with training, military training maybe. He pulls files on the Corleone family, looks through photographs, sons, associates, soldiers, finds Michael Corleone, war record, Marine Corps captain, Pacific Theater, decorated, Navy Cross, combat experience, currently living civilian life, girlfriend, college background, no criminal record, clean. But the photograph, taken 6 months ago, shows young man with unmarked face. Now witnesses describe shooter with severe facial bruising, broken jaw maybe, recent injury. The detective makes connection. Michael Corleone visited the hospital. Night before the shooting, confronted McCluskey. McCluskey hit him, broke his face. 24 hours later, McCluskey dead, Corleone missing. He brings the theory to his lieutenant. The lieutenant brings it to the captain. The captain brings it to the commissioner. Everyone agrees. Michael Corleone is the shooter, war hero, college boy, now cop killer, warrant issued, federal warrant, murder of police officer. FBI involved now, wanted posters printed, photograph distributed. Michael Corleone, 25 years old, armed and dangerous, $50,000 reward for information leading to arrest, but Michael is already in the Atlantic. Cargo ship bound for Marseille, small cabin, false passport, different name, Giuseppe Rinaldo, Sicilian immigrant returning home after working in America. Nobody looks twice, nobody suspects. Just another Italian going back to the old country. He stands on deck, cold wind, salt spray, watches American coastline disappear. Everything he was, everything he could have been, college degree, teaching job maybe, marriage decay, children, normal life, all gone. Vanished in 3 gunshots and a walk to the door, but no regret, not yet. Maybe later. Maybe in Sicily when the adrenaline fades and the reality settles. Maybe when he is alone in some mountain village with nothing but time to think about what he became. For now, only cold satisfaction. McCluskey mocked him, called him nice college boy, said he did not want to get mixed up in the rackets, said to go back to his girlfriend, his safe little world. McCluskey was wrong about everything, about Michael, about the college boy, about what war creates and what family loyalty demands. The nice college boy put a bullet in his throat, put another in his forehead, walked away without looking back. That is the truth McCluskey learned too late. That is the lesson written in his blood on checkered tablecloth in cheap Bronx restaurant. You cannot judge a man by his suit, cannot measure danger by education, cannot assume safety from someone who smiles and says please and thank you. Sometimes the most dangerous men are the ones who look harmless, the ones everyone underestimates, the ones called nice college boys until the moment they pull the trigger. Captain Mark McCluskey learned that lesson. Cost him everything. Cost him his life. Michael Corleone taught it. Cost him everything too. Different everything. Different price. But permanent. Irreversible. Final. The college boy died in that restaurant. The killer lived. The transformation complete. And somewhere in New York, in a hospital bed. Vito Corleone closes his eyes, knowing his youngest son crossed a line that cannot be uncrossed. Knowing Michael saved the family but lost himself. Knowing the price of power is always paid in pieces of your soul. Sicily, January 1946. 3 weeks after the shooting, Michael Corleone arrives in Corleone, the town, his family's ancestral village, mountains, olive groves, stone houses centuries old. Time moves differently here, slower, quieter, away from New York, away from police, away from everything he knew. Don Tomasino meets him at the dock. Old friend of Vito's, 70 years old, uses cane, walks with limp from old wound, but eyes sharp, mind sharper. He embraces Michael. You look like your father when he was young, before America changed him. They drive into the hills, dusty roads, villages scattered across mountainsides, shepherds with their flocks, women in black dresses, old world, untouched by modernity. Michael watches through the window. This is where his father came from, this poverty, this simplicity, this code of silence older than nations. Don Tomasino provides villa, remote, guarded, 2 bodyguards assigned, Fabrizio and Calò, young men, loyal, armed. They follow Michael everywhere, protection, insurance, making sure Don Corleone's son stays alive in exile. Days pass into weeks. Michael heals, jaw unwired finally, face still scarred but functional. He walks through olive groves, reads books, waits for word from America. Letters arrive slowly, encoded messages, family news filtered through caution. The war in New York escalates. Tattaglia family retaliates for Sollozzo's death. 3 Corleone soldiers killed. Clemenza responds. 2 Tattaglia capos eliminated. Violence multiplies. Streets run red. Newspapers scream about mob war. Politicians demand action. FBI opens investigation. Heat builds. Exactly what everyone feared. But then, unexpected development. Vito Corleone calls meeting. The 5 families, neutral ground. Despite his wounds, despite his weakness, he attends personally, sits at the table with the Dons who tried to kill him, with the families who started this war. He speaks, voice still damaged, but words clear, powerful. I want peace. My son killed a police captain. This brings heat none of us can afford. I propose truce. Michael stays in exile. No retaliation, no more killing. We end this war before it destroys all our families. The Dons listen, calculate, weigh options. Barzini speaks for the others. What about the narcotics business? Sollozzo's proposal. Vito's face remains impassive. I will not interfere. You do your business. I do mine. But I will not participate. Not now, not ever. That is my condition. They negotiate for hours. Terms, territories, guarantees. Finally, agreement reached. Michael can return when appropriate. No charges, no retaliation. Police investigation will go nowhere. Witnesses will forget. Evidence will disappear. Cop killing becomes unsolved mystery. The power of combined families erasing inconvenient truth. Word reaches Michael in Sicily, March 1946. Letter from Tom Hagen. Peace achieved. War over. But stay there. Let time pass. Let memories fade. Maybe a year, maybe 2. However long it takes. Michael accepts exile. No choice, really. But something happens. Something unexpected. Something that briefly makes him forget why he is here. Her name is Apollonia Vitelli. He sees her in the village square. Sunday morning, mass ending, families gathering. She walks with her parents, 17 years old. Dark hair, dark eyes, face like Renaissance painting. Madonna beauty, Sicilian beauty, traditional, pure. Everything Kay was not. Michael stops walking, literally stops, cannot move, cannot breathe. Sicilians call it thunderbolt, love at first sight, instant, overwhelming, undeniable. He stands frozen, staring. Fabrizio notices, grins, nudges Calò. The American is struck. Traditional courtship begins, Sicilian courtship, formal, respectful, supervised. Michael approaches her father, asks permission. Vitelli studies him, suspicious. American exile, obviously connected, obviously dangerous. But Don Tomasino vouches, says good family, good blood, respectable despite circumstances. Permission granted, with conditions. Chaperone visits, no physical contact, no impropriety. Honor matters in Sicily. Reputation matters. Family matters above all. They walk together. Her mother trailing behind, watching, always watching. They talk. Michael's Italian improves. She teaches him, giggles at his American accent, at his mistakes. He tells her about New York, about America, about the world beyond these mountains. She listens, eyes wide, fascinated. Weeks become months. April, May, June. Summer heat settles over Sicily. Michael falls deeper. Not the thunderbolt anymore. Something else. Something real. She represents everything he lost. Innocence. Peace. Life before the shooting. Before McCluskey. Before the blood. He proposes. July 1946. 8 months after killing 2 men in Bronx restaurant. Asks her father for her hand. Vitelli agrees. Dowry negotiated. Wedding planned. Small ceremony. Village church. Bells. Flowers. Witnesses from surrounding towns. They marry. August 1946. Michael Corleone and Apollonia Vitelli. Priest blessing them. Vows spoken. Ring exchanged. Reception in Vitelli's house. Wine, food, music, dancing, joy. For one day, one perfect day, Michael forgets he is a killer. Forgets he is in exile. Forgets everything except this moment, this woman, this brief peace. Honeymoon in the villa. Don Tomasino's gift. Privacy. Time together. Apollonia teaches Michael to cook. Sicilian food. Her grandmother's recipes. They laugh, they talk, they plan future. Maybe America someday. maybe children, maybe normal life after all. But New York does not forget. News arrives, September 1946. Telegram, encrypted, decoded by Don Tomasino personally. Delivered to Michael with grave face. Sonny is dead. Michael's oldest brother. The hothead. The fighter. The heir. Ambushed at toll booth. Machine gunned. 43 bullets. Body unrecognizable. Trap set by Barzini. Executed by Tattaglia soldiers. Revenge for something. Always revenge for something. Michael reads the telegram 3 times. Cannot process. Cannot believe. Sonny. Loud. Violent. Impulsive. Alive 3 weeks ago. Now dead. Now buried. Family devastated. Vito broken. Tom managing everything. Chaos in Long Beach. Apollonia sees his face. Asks what happened. Michael tells her. Brother killed. She holds him. First time she sees him cry. First time she understands fully what world he comes from. What family he belongs to. What violence follows the Corleone name. Michael changes that night. The brief peace ends. The honeymoon dies. Eyes that soften for Apollonia harden again. The killer returns. The Marine resurfaces. Sicily stops being refuge, becomes cage, becomes waiting room, becomes prison of safety while his family bleeds in New York. He writes to Tom. Wants to come home. Wants to help. Wants revenge. Tom writes back, stay there. Too dangerous. Barzini wants you dead. Tattaglia wants you dead. Every family knows you killed McCluskey. You are target, symbol, threat. Stay in Sicily until Vito says otherwise. Michael obeys, but plans, thinks, calculates. What happens when he returns? How to rebuild family strength? How to avenge Sonny? How to destroy Barzini? How to become what his father is, what his father was, before the bullets, before the weakness, before the peace that got Sonny killed. October 1946. Michael teaches Apollonia to drive. American skill, independence. She loves it. Practices in the villa courtyard. Laughs when she stalls. Determined to master it. Wants to surprise him. Show she can be modern wife, American wife. Ready for New York someday. November 1946. Word from New York. Vito recovering fully. Walking without cane. Resuming control. Planning long term. Michael can return. Maybe spring, maybe summer. However long to ensure complete safety. Michael tells Apollonia, we go to America soon. She's excited, nervous, never left Sicily, never been on ship, never seen city, but trusts him, loves him, ready for adventure, ready for their life together. They pack, make arrangements, say goodbyes to her family. Her mother cries. Father stoic but sad, losing daughter to America, to strange world, to dangerous man. But she chose, love chose, fate chose. December 1946, day before departure, final day in Sicily, final day of peace, final day of innocence. Apollonia insists on driving, wants to show Michael her skill, surprise him, prove she's ready for America, for everything. Michael smiles, agrees, hands her the keys to the Alfa Romeo, their car, wedding gift from Don Tomasino. She runs to the car, excited, happy, young, alive. Opens the door, slides behind the wheel, turns to Michael, waves, big smile, beautiful smile, last smile, turns the key, explosion, fire, metal, glass, screaming. Michael thrown backward, ears ringing, vision blurred, crawls toward the car, burning. Apollonia inside, gone, instantly, completely. Fabrizio planted the bomb, Fabrizio the bodyguard, Fabrizio the traitor. Barzini bought him, hired him to kill Michael, but killed Apollonia instead. Michael kneels in dirt, watching his wife burn, watching his brief peace die, watching the last human part of himself turn to ash with her body. Don Tomasino finds Fabrizio later, fled to Palermo, trying to escape to America, to collect payment, never makes it, found floating in harbor, throat cut, message delivered, betray Corleone, die badly. Michael buries Apollonia, December 1946. 1 year exactly after he shot McCluskey in the throat. 1 year of exile. 1 year of trying to be something other than killer. Failed, completely, finally. Returns to America. January 1947. Empty, cold, changed. The college boy died in Louis restaurant. The husband died in Sicilian villa. Only the dawn remains. Only the killer. Only the thing war and family and blood created. McCluskey called him nice college boy, mocked him, underestimated him, died for it. Apollonia loved him, married him, trusted him, died for it too. Different deaths, same lesson. Everyone who gets close to Michael Corleone pays the price, one way or another, bullet or bomb, violence or grief. The cost is always paid. January 1947. Michael Corleone returns to America. Different man, different face, different soul. The plane lands at LaGuardia. Cold morning, gray sky. New York welcomes him back with winter wind and empty promises. Tom Hogan meets him at the gate. Brief embrace. No words needed. Tom sees it immediately. The change, the emptiness. Michael's eyes are dead. Not sad, not angry, just absent. Whatever lived behind them died in Sicily with Apollonia. What remains is calculation, strategy, cold purpose. They drive to Long Beach, compound more fortified than before, more guards, more guns, more paranoia. War with the 5 families took its toll. Sonny dead, 3 Quipos dead, dozen soldiers dead, family weakened, vulnerable, clinging to peace negotiated by Vito's reputation alone. Vito waits in his study, older now, grayer. The shooting aged him. Sonny's death aged him more. He stands when Michael enters, studies his youngest son, sees the transformation. Complete, irreversible. The college boy is gone. Something else returned from Sicily. They embrace, father and son, killer and killer. No words for minutes, just understanding. Vito created this, his choices, his business, his life. Now his son inherits it, all of it, the power, the violence, the cost. I'm sorry about Apollonia, Vito says finally, voice still damaged from bullets, hoarse, permanent. Michael nods, says nothing, cannot speak her name yet, cannot think about her without seeing fire, explosion, the end of everything human in him. You will take over, Vito continues, not question, statement. Not Fredo, he is weak, not Tom, he's not Sicilian, you will be Dawn when I am gone. Michael accepts, no hesitation, no debate. This is why he returned, not for peace, not for healing, for power, for control, for revenge against everyone who took everything from him. The years pass, 1947, 1948, 1949. Michael learns the business, every detail, every connection, every source of power. He sits in meetings, listens to negotiations, studies how Vito operates, the patience, the strategy, the invisible control. But Michael is not Vito. Vito built empire on favors and respect, on relationships cultivated over decades, on old world values, honor, loyalty, family above all. Michael builds differently, colder, more efficient, more brutal. He does not need to be loved, does not need to be respected in the traditional way, only needs to be feared, only needs to be obeyed. Results matter, profit matters, power matters, nothing else. He reconnects with Kay, the girlfriend from before the war, before Sicily, before everything. She waited, impossibly, loyally, still loves the man who no longer exists. He marries her. 1951. Not for love, for appearance, for legitimacy, for cover. She gives him children. Anthony, Maury. He provides for them, protects them, but does not love them, cannot love them. That part died with Apollonia. Kay notices. Of course she notices. The distance, the coldness, the way he looks at her sometimes, like stranger, like obstacle, like necessary component of the life he is building. She says nothing, accepts it, chooses comfort over truth, chooses the Corleone name over her own identity. July 1955, Vito Corleone dies. Heart attack in his tomato garden, playing with grandson Anthony. Peaceful death, undeserved perhaps, but peaceful. He dies having rebuilt the family, having secured peace, having positioned Michael to inherit everything. Michael becomes Don, 35 years old, youngest Don in New York history. The other families underestimate him, see him as Vito's son, smart but soft, educated but inexperienced. They remember the college boy, the one who killed McCluskey, then ran to Sicily. They do not see what war created, what exile hardened, what Apollonia's death finalized. Emilio Barzini moves first, thinks Michael is weak, thinks transition period is opportunity, pressures Corleone businesses, corrupts Corleone politicians, steals Corleone territory. Barzini orchestrated everything. Sollozzo's attack on Vito, Sonny's ambush, the war that killed dozens, all Barzini, all planned, all executed to destroy the Corleones. Michael knows, always knew. Vito told him before dying. Barzini is the one. He controls Tattaglia, controls everything. When I am gone, he will move against you. Be ready. Michael is ready, more than ready. Planning for months, studying patterns, identifying vulnerabilities, building the trap, not like Vito would. Not with negotiation and patience, with violence, simultaneous, overwhelming, final. August 1955, Michael's son baptized, church ceremony, sacred event. Michael stands as godfather. Priest asks questions, traditional questions. Do you renounce Satan? Do you renounce evil? Michael answers, calm voice, steady voice. I do renounce him. While he renounces Satan, while he promises holiness, while he holds his infant son, his soldiers execute orders across the city, across the country, synchronized, planned to the minute. Don Barzini exits his courthouse office, bodyguards flanking, police captain in his pocket, safe, protected, untouchable. Corleone soldier approaches, disguised as photographer, camera raised, flash, not flash, gunshot. Barzini falls on courthouse steps, bodyguards die seconds later. The man who orchestrated everything, dead, gone, eliminated. 4 other Dons, same moment, different locations, all dead, all eliminated, all surprised. Tattaglia in brothel, Cuneo in elevator, Strachey in barbershop, Mo Green in Las Vegas. 5 families' leadership erased in 15 minutes. Michael's baptism ends. He kisses his son, smiles at Kay, walks out of church into sunlight. While across New York, across America, his enemies bleed on pavement. College boy orchestrated the greatest massacre in mob history. All while renouncing Satan and House of God. The irony is perfect, the symbolism complete. Michael Corleone, war hero, college graduate, nice boy who wanted nothing to do with family business, just became most powerful and most feared Don in American history. Captain Mark McCluskey never knew what he created. That night in the hospital hallway, when he broke Michael's jaw, when he called him nice college boy, when he told him to go back to his girlfriend, to his safe little world. McCluskey planted seeds of his own destruction. He saw civilian, saw weakness, saw harmlessness, never saw the Marine, never saw the killer, never saw the man who would put bullet in his throat and walk away without looking back. McCluskey thought college education meant soft, thought war hero returning to civilian life meant finished with violence, thought young man with broken face meant beaten, defeated, scared, wrong, completely wrong, fatally wrong. The college boy killed him, killed Sollozzo, escaped to Sicily, survived exile, lost his wife, returned colder, became Don, eliminated 5 family heads simultaneously, built empire that lasted decades, all because McCluskey underestimated him. Years later, 1970s, Michael sits in his Lake Tahoe compound, 50 years old, gray at temples like his father. Empire vast, power absolute, enemies eliminated, family secured, everything Vito wanted, everything Vito built, expanded, multiplied, perfected, but alone. Kay left him, took the children, could not stand the coldness anymore, could not live with the lie. Fredo betrayed him, Michael had him eliminated. Brother killing brother, necessary, business, nothing personal, just business. He thinks sometimes about that night, December 1945. Louis Restaurant, the moment everything changed, the moment college boy died and Don was born. 3 shots, 2 bodies, 1 transformation. Wonders sometimes what McCluskey thought in his final second, when the bullet entered his throat, when he saw Michael's face. Cold, focused, lethal. Did he understand then? Did he realize his mistake? Did he remember calling him nice college boy? Probably not. Death comes too fast for understanding, too fast for regret, just confusion, pain, darkness, gone. But Michael understands, loves with the understanding every day, every hour, every moment. He is what McCluskey created, what war started, what family demanded, what violence shaped, the nice college boy who became the monster. Legacy of Captain Mark McCluskey is not his 30 years on police force, not his corrupt dealings, not his $1,000 for bodyguard duty. His legacy is Michael Corleone, the man he underestimated, the killer he created, the dawn he never saw coming. History remembers McCluskey as footnote, corrupt cop killed in mob war, unsolved murder, cold case, nobody cares, nobody remembers. But history remembers Michael Corleone, the godfather, the strategist, the eliminator, the college boy who proved everyone wrong, who showed that education and violence are not opposites, that intelligence and ruthlessness combine perfectly, that the most dangerous men are often the ones dismissed as harmless. McCluskey called him nice college boy, said he did not want to get mixed up in the rackets, told him to go home, be safe, be civilian. The nice college boy shot him in the throat, then became legend. That is the lesson. That is the truth. That is what happens when you underestimate the quiet ones, the educated ones, the ones who smile and say please and thank you. Sometimes they are exactly what they appear. Sometimes they are something else entirely, something infinitely more dangerous. Captain McCluskey learned that lesson, cost him his life, but taught it perfectly, forever.